So, y'all, we are at the end of the road and we got to see some grown people make some dumb choices. Mm, mm. Hey, cousin Bello. Hey, cousin Ashley. I got some skibbity paps for y'all later. I do. I definitely do. And we got to see some people make some smart choices as well. Hey, cousin Ashantay. Yep. Now, the people say Donna made a dumb choice too, but I don't agree. And I will definitely explain why. So come in here, y'all. Come in here. Get in here. Let's talk about this Ready to Love finale and what horrors some of these people done got themselves into. All right. Damn shame. All right. But listen. Peace, peace, cousins. It's your cousin Reebell, aka The Voice. And I have an opinion about everything. Everything. Yeah. And this is Reebell Radio presents the reality recap. Yep, yep. It's your weekly dose of reality TV, pop culture, entertainment news, advice, and hot topics. And for tonight's reality recap, I'm on Ready to Love Detroit, season 11, episode 12, the season finale, y'all. The men meet the fam, and everybody makes their choices. And we'll get into that in just a sec. But in the meantime, smash the like button and subscribe with the bells so you don't miss none of my commentary on this and other reality show situations. All right? All right. So bust it. Okay, so this is the finale, y'all. This is the last call. This is where everybody seals the deal and or walk the entire F away. Yep. This is what we all been waiting for. So everybody meets up for brunch, and the first, okay, before I get into that, the first piece of BS that I peep, right, is that Bello and Dominique are rocking matching outfits, right? And ain't no way you gonna play in my face and act like she didn't coordinate this, because she's a stylist, and I just know this has her name written all over it, right? And did you hear her in the background? Dom was like, "Oh, are you matching me?" I was like, "Girl, shut up! You know you spent all last week gluing them damn sparkles to that dress and to his jacket. Stop playing. Stop playing." And they look like two Christmas ornaments. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's sparkly. You could tell they matched it because all the accents in his jacket matched the accents in her dress. Ain't no way that was a damn coincidence. Don't play with me like that. But anyway, like I was saying, everybody's in the Tommy tells the guys, they will need to meet the ladies' families. And already Ashante is peeping game. She's peeping game about Bello and Darius. She's like, I know they was like trying to get with me last week and everything, but I think it's some BS is basically what she was saying. So everything is going well. Everybody's eating. Everybody's sipping their mimosas and everything. And then Vince starts vincing. Vince starts vincing, and Darius was just saying how the whole experience was just a beautiful experience. And Dominique asked him, "Well, would you do it again?" And Darius said, "No, no, I wouldn't." And then Vince starts clowning him about it. Darius he's trying to explain. He's like, "No, I'm just saying, it was beautiful and everything, but once you get to the end, you reach a destination, you kind of don't want to look back." And Vince is just still going at him. Yeah, but that's not what she asked you. She asked you, would you do it again? Meaning, if you like, he's just going into his nitpicky. I love Vince though. I'm sorry. I love his specificity. I don't care. I like him. But he was, all of that nitpicking was like really getting on Darius's nerves. And Darius was just like, "Listen, nigga, I said what I said now. Damn." He turned Darius into straight up to Nene Leaks. Darius was like, "I said what I said. I wouldn't do the shit again. What part don't you understand?" And then Vince asked the room what they heard about themselves. He's like, basically referring to the stuff that was said in private in Tommy's lounge, just trying to really honestly, Vince was targeting Darius with this because he knew good and well that a lot of the stuff that was coming back, that Ashley had heard about herself, that he had heard about himself, everything was coming back, and he knew that it was a result of Vince I'm sorry, of Darius running his mouth. So he was kind of picking at Darius, right? And then it kind of gets a little tense. Darius is trying to change the subject, and he's basically telling Vince, shut the fuck up, yo, shut up, like just shut up, move on, yo, move it. And he's like, Bello, well, what you had to say, Bello, finish what you were saying, right? And Vince is like, listen, no, we're not moving on because I'm talking, I'm making a point. And he wasn't backing down. Darius got, do you see in the picture? Darius started talking out the side of his mouth. You know when a nigga is perturbed when he start, that's the real Darius is coming out. He's just talking out the side of his mouth, like just, he's very triggered. But Vince is really calm, and that tells me that even though Vince knew that, he was saying it to get, basically had Darius in mind when he was saying this stuff. I don't think he really meant the harm that he thought was going to come from it, because he's really, really calm, right? And Darius is definitely triggered. Number one, because he definitely been pillow talking with Ashley, right? Let's keep it real. He been pillow talking. And number two, because he feels the way that Ashley went and told him about their business. Remember, in the last episode, we found out that Darius was going in on her, and then somehow she ended up talking to Vince about it. And I wonder how that went. And I hope they get into that on the not the finale, on the oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of the word when they do the thing at the end. Damn. The reunion. Thank you. Damn, my brain, child. I wonder if she called him, or was she sitting around crying? How did she end up talking to Vince about that? That part, I don't know what to do with that, or how that came about. But anyway, so and Vince definitely clocked the tea that the Darius is getting upset, and he's triggered for those reasons, because Vince knows that Darius knows that he was pillow talking. Vince knows that Darius knows that Vince knows that Darius was pillow talking and all that stuff. So so then, a funny point that Bello made, he said Vince is completely oblivious to how things can go left. And I totally agree. I think Vince was just talking, and Darius is, he hood. I mean, he's polished, but I think at the core, just like a lot of us, at the core, they when you summon it up, it's gonna come up, right? I like how they both kind of stood up for themselves. They both stood their ground. It was a typical, male situation, and again, even though there was tension, they still had the emotional intelligence not to stand up and take it there. Because I think that's something that Darius would have did, but probably didn't do, because they were on TV. But if they was just two dudes in a restaurant somewhere, Darius probably would have stood up on them. But Vince, he stood his ground, and I like how he handled it, because he was just talking. He's just like, what? Vince was like, what I say? What? I was just saying. So, and then here come Ashley acting like a damn bird. She get on my nerves sometimes. Oh my God, I just want to, like, sometimes I just. Oh my God, sometimes, Ashley, sometimes I just want to skibbity pap your ass. I'm not kidding. No shade, but I do. She gets on my nerves. Talking about, Darius was being protective of me, and he checked Vince, and I was like, oh, I liked it. Oh, she was like, oh, I liked it. I was like, that's how you do? Okay. Oh, I was so annoyed with that girl. I was so annoyed with her bring out the damn skibbity paps, because girl, he was not protecting you. He was protecting himself. Since he was pillow talking, he was just trying to protect himself. He was trying to get off the subject because he was being exposed. She is so damn slow and immature. Like, oh, she get on my nerves. And he didn't check Vince. Vince lost. I mean, he didn't check Vince. Darius lost control. He's just a nigga. That's all. he lost control. Let's keep it real. And and don't forget that he was just ready to throw your ass out with the bathwater last week, all over and it was all over Ashantay. So please, miss me with all of this. Ashley talking about he was taking off of me. Girl, sit down. Sit down. what annoys me about Ashley is her immaturity. I feel like she would, like I said um in my last review, she will get a dude hurt, like, cause she think it's cool to, for a dude to step to another dude about something about her. Like, you can listen. This is not 1986 and no more where dudes like shoot a fair one. Dudes are strapped today, and nobody knows how. Like, no, a lot of people don't have emotional intelligence and self control, and they just don't know what to do with disagreement and conflict, and they go straight to, you know people just be getting killed over nonsense. And the fact that she thinks it's cute, that shit bothers me so bad. It bothers me so bad. But anyway, yeah, they went at each other. They was like definitely annoyed with each other, going at each other, but they, like I said, it didn't go past where it needed to go. It stayed where it needed to stay. They both got shit off their chest, and you know, that was that. So moving on. So then Dominique introduces Bello to her family, right? And so there was not really much going on because the conflict, everybody knows she likes him, he likes her, blah blah blah. But the conflict for the family is that Bello's a Muslim and her dad doesn't really approve because her dad is a Christian. And he said that her dad said, I really can't accept Bello. I got to pray about it. You know, but Dom is just like, you know what? I'm grown, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna make this decision despite what my dad feels because it's me. It's my man. It's my man. That's how she feels. That's my man. And the mom kind of feels the same way. The mother told her the same thing. Listen, this is your decision. This is your situation. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to live with it. So ultimately, you decide. So that's where they left off with that. Nothing really to see right there. So then Ashley, wait a minute. Sorry. Struggle. Yeah. So then Ashley introduces her brother Darius. I'm sorry, her introduces her brother to Darius, right? And she said, my brother don't play about me. And you could kind of tell by the look on her brother's face. You could already tell that she done spilt the beans about everything they done went through. And I mean, rightfully so, because, if he was you tell your brother things, and, when you close to your siblings, you discuss that kind of stuff. So I get it. But the brother kind of brought that to the table, and you could tell he was just annoyed with Darius just from jump, right? So throughout the dinner, Darius keeps talking about communication is a big issue with them. And I'm like, duh. Duh. I mean, first of all, it's a 10-year age difference. And so the maturity is an issue. Darius is very mature. He's very, he's that dude. He's a man's man, right? And, he's 40 something. He's like 42, I think. And so, he's lived his life. He's been through a lot of things. So he's got a certain level of maturity that Ashley just cannot meet. There's a mentality also that is a barrier for them in terms of communication. Darius has that pimp mentality, no shade, but he thinks like a pimp. I got to control my woman. I'm a pluck her from here. I'm a find one that's moldable, and I'm gonna mold her into what she need to be. You know what I'm saying? And she better listen to everything I say. You know how that. The pimp mentality. Y'all know what that is. Don't act like y'all don't know, child. And then you got Ashley, who's like the modern woman. She's not a traditional type of woman. You can tell. I don't know what the deal is with her parents, if she grew up around married people, but you could tell she's not a submissive type at all. She's not, and I mean submissive in a good way, meaning, she doesn't, it's like she wants to be led, but not really. I don't think her idea of being led is what it is to really be led. I think her importance is not to be led, is more so show me that you care. Stand up for me. Step to it and up by me. But let me, buy me this, take me to dinner. Those are her priorities. And when you get older, those kinds of things, like you move on past that. So just, it ain't gonna work. Bottom line is, the shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, y'all. And the brother clocked the communication T, and he just ain't sold on Darius. He just ain't sold on the dude for his sister, and I mean rightfully so. So moving on, Donna introduces Vince to her brother and her cousin, And they had a good time. I was feeling the vibe between all of them. Were y'all feeling the vibe? I was feeling that vibe. I was feeling the vibe. I like them as a family. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. And so Vince, they started pressing Vince about the timeline thing. And Vince was like, I ain't got no damn timeline. Y'all gotta leave me alone about this timeline thing. But in a nice way, he was saying, he just made it known that um he's just like, I just want to get to see the person and just see all the sides of the person. And you just don't never know how long that's gonna be. And the brother, Donna's brother's like, I get it, but the cousin is like, no, you nigga, that could go on forever. What you think you gotta spend 10 year people, you gotta spend the next 10 years waiting to see what you need to see? Like, no, nigga, set a date. Um, but they dig Vince ultimately. They were talking about the basketball thing. I just like their whole vibe. They looked like good brothers for him. Like he would get along with them. And I think Donna peeped that too. It was good. It was a good look, right? It was good watching them talk. So then moving on. So then Ashantay introduces her family to Bello and Darius, right? She introduces her mom and dad, right? First to Darius, right? And as far as Darius was, think about Darius being there, right? I just don't think much of Darius being there to meet her family because it's not, to me, it's not serious. It was such a late rebound type of connection on his part because, he Ashley started showing her ass. And then next thing you know, he want to take Ashantay to the iFly. I'm like, boy, get out of here with that. I was like, Darius.
Stop the cap. Man, you don't get out here with all that.
For real. It was some bullshit. He just went flying over to Ashley. All of a sudden now, oh shit, now you got an eye for her. She been there the whole damn season. You ain't went on a date with her once. You ain't said nothing about her. You was all in Ashley face because you saw what you saw in Ashley. I mean, no shade to Ashley. She's a beautiful girl, but I'm just saying. This is a weird rebound type of situation. I don't even know how he made the cut to even meet the mama child. So the mom didn't really care much for him. She had a reaction to his age. But I think at the end of the day, she was a little charmed by him and his looks, I think. I wish she would have asked him though, like about the kids. Like, do you have kids? Because the first thing, when Bello came, and I'm gonna get to that. She asked Bello, do you have kids? Have you been married? I wish I would have saw her ask Darius that because I would love to have seen the look on her face when he said, yeah, I got 4 kids. I got 4 kids and I'm trying to get with your daughter. Child, I would have loved to see her. My mom would have been like, rest her soul. My mother would have been like,
man, you don't get out here with all that.
Straight up. The dinner would have been over. As soon as he said that, the dinner would have been over. She would have said, check, please. check, please. No shade to people who got kids before, but a dude stepping to me with 4 kids at that age when I'm looking for love and trying to, get, no. And if Ashley, and I'm sorry, if Ashanti was my daughter, I would have did the same thing. I would have said, this dinner is officially over. Thank you, young man, for coming out. God bless and good night. Shout out to, okay, anyway. So then Bello shows up and then the mom starts asking him, those questions. Have you been married? Do you have kids? And she had a reaction to him saying, he had a 1-year-old child, and rightfully so. Again, because if my daughter is bringing these dudes to me talking about she's looking for love and they looking for love, and then you got this dude that has a 1-year-old, that's some fresh stuff. And then Bello did his usual thing, trying to stretch it out, that BS. He said, well, no, I mean, it is, yeah, the baby is 1, but then, remember there's 9 months to carry in, 2 + 2 = 4, and then carry the 1, and then is 18 months. Nonsense. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Okay. And the thing is, he's just trying to distance, he's trying to create distance for this one night stand and baby creation that he's made. But you know what? It's new. And here's the thing, like I this is why, guys, When you carry yourself like this and you consider yourself high value and one day you want to be the great catch, you're going to be a great catch, don't mess it up by going out, having a one night stand with somebody, because you're going to have to explain the shit and you're going to look crazy like this. You're going to look crazy trying to explain to somebody moms and pops, how there's a 2-month old floating around with your name on it. Like, it just, you got to make better decisions. Guys, the ladies too, but I'm talking about the dudes here. I'm talking about Bello. Dudes like Bello, they got to make good decisions, because there will come a time, if you're a hood dude and you just out here with nobody cares, do your thing. But if you carry yourself the way Bello does, you have to be careful and make good decisions, please. As in, you will be sitting in a hot seat like this, okay? So then the mom was pressing him about visitation, and okay, so the baby's 14 months. So what's your visitation schedule? Do you see the baby every week? Do you see it every month? And when do you see it? And then Bello's like, no, it's new. We haven't established a schedule yet. And the mom is like, bruh, but it's been 14 months. It's been 14 months. You know what I'm saying? So Bello needs to just keep it real, because it's like you had a one night stand and you ain't seen that baby often. Just you ain't trying to see the baby. And again, it's just a messy, stank situation that a dude like Bello ain't ready for. He don't like it for himself, and you could tell he's embarrassed by it. And it gets so real for him. He starts sucking on his damn asthma pump, child. Jesus, take the wheel, child. Because the mama's questions done gave him this situation to have to answer to this, done gave him a damn asthma attack. Somebody help him. Somebody help him. So, oh God. So the mother asked the guys, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Darius, says, I want to be in love. I want to start a family. We could do the whole Brady Bunch thing. And when he said the Brady Bunch thing, it makes me think that they've had the conversation about him and his kids earlier, but we didn't see it. Maybe they talked about it and they edited it out. But again, I wish I could have saw that. I would have liked to see that. So then it's Bello's turn to answer the question. Where do you see yourself, this whole situation in 3 years? And then Bello starts talking about his business, right? He's like, I'm a developer and I have all these houses that I'm building. And I mean, just talking about money. And I mean, the thing was, if that was his way of saying I'm building my financial future, then he should have just said, yeah, I'm working on my financial future so that I can take care of my wife. And my children, the family that I plan to have. He should have said something like that. Don't sit in the mother's face and she's asking you where you want to be in 3 years, and she's trying to see where her daughter fits into the picture. And you talking about building some damn houses. Like, bruh. Just bruh. So what else? So then they leave it. I just thought that was a stupid answer. And he's so much better than this. So maybe he just didn't care at this point, because it's like Bello knows how to answer these publicity type questions. He knows what to do with these questions to make himself look good and sound good. So for him to just say that, it just was like, what? Anyway, so then the dinner's over and Bello is just like, at this point, I don't know how the mom is feeling about me. And, I'm not sure what's on her mind. Bruh, let me tell you what's on her mind. Her mind is saying, get the hell away from my damn daughter. Get away from my damn child. Because I don't see where she fits into the picture with you. You ain't talking about her nothing in the future. You got a baby walking around here, still breastfeeding on a mom. Child, get away from my damn daughter. That's what the mother is thinking. Or at least that's what I would be thinking if Ashantay was my daughter. And so Ashantay is just embarrassed. She's just embarrassed at him. She's embarrassed at Darius too. She's like, y'all are giving some whack ass answers. What is y'all doing? What is going on? I'm so embarrassed. And the parents are like, they didn't like neither one of them, at the end of the day. they felt like if I had to choose, I guess I would go with Darius. But at the end of the day, neither one of these guys are for you. Um, and I agree. I just, my thing to Ashante was always, I felt like her dude was never there. Even when when I got past the point of me wondering why she was even there, I just was looking around, and even when when Darius and Bello, was kind of stringing her along, I honestly, I ain't gonna lie though, I knew the shit with Darius was some bullshit, right? Because that was some rebound. Oh, Ashley is whack. Let me go see if I can holler at this girl real quick. But I really thought that her and Bello had a connection that I felt like they should have explored. Um, I don't know. I felt like they could have been a good couple, the two of them. If she would accept the baby, and if you know, I just thought that. And to be honest, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. Um, I also thought that if her and Darius, and this is all things aside with with what we know about Darius and what how he shows up and stuff. Um, I feel like if her and Darius would have been, talking from jump, I know for a fact that I think he would have picked Ashante over if she would have stayed in it with him, despite all of the things, that that are coming out. Even on the show, I think that her and Darius would could have made a good couple. So I always wonder how that could have gone. Yeah. All right, so moving on. So now it is all the meet the fam stuff is over and out the way. So now it's time for everybody to make their choices. Right. So first up, Ashante meets with Bello, and before Bello can say anything, Darius shows up, and she ends up rejecting both of them. Now, the thing about that, I get it, but I would have liked to hear at least. I wonder why they. I guess they did it like that so that maybe they knew that Bella was gonna tell her, "Nah, this ain't it," or Darius was gonna tell her, "Nah, this ain't it." But I do wonder that if they had gotten to speak first, if she didn't shut them down, I wonder what they would have said. Like I really wonder would Bello have said, you know what, let me give this a chance. Or if Ashante shutting that down just sent him reeling back over to Dominique. I wonder about that. And I wonder if Darius may have wanted to choose her too, because I mean, even though he made up with Ashley at the end, I mean, unless he is just as silly and toxic as she is, that shit don't go nowhere. She's still immature. You said it. And she threw you under the bus, Darius. She threw you under the bus by telling your business. So you already know what kind of person she is. So I wonder if Darius may have wanted to pursue and walk away with Ashley. I wonder that. I wonder about that. But first of all, shout out to Ashley for choosing herself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ashley for choosing herself. Um, because in this situation, she had no choice but to choose herself. Because these last minute Darius and then the string along Bello stuff that was going on. It wasn't for her. It wasn't for her. So shout out to Ashante for saying, "I choose me. I choose me in this situation." Because I'm all for a good couple, child. All right. So Donna and Vince meet. Right. They meet in the woods somewhere, child. And Vince bought her favorite flowers, which I thought was beautiful. That was a beautiful gesture. And he told her straight up, you know what, this timeline thing is very scary to me. And he told her, I would like to just let things play out organically and let's just see where it goes. But if you are okay with that, then I definitely choose you. And let me tell y'all something. I can respect that. Like, how could you not respect that? I mean, just I know you got a timeline, Donna, and you pressed to get married because you're 37 years old. You need the baby. I get it. I understand all of that, right? But at the same time, how happy could you be if you trying to force a dude into doing something? And I mean, it's not like he's saying, F your timeline. Either get with me or you take it or damn leave it. I ain't doing He's not even coming at her like that. He's being vulnerable and he's saying, it scares me. And I don't blame him because it's like if you have a timeline of this 3 month and you want to ring today and we moving in tomorrow, it doesn't give y'all a lot of room and space to get to know each other. And that shit is scary when you do that stuff really quickly and nobody knows the other. And it is scary. So I could completely get what Vince is saying to her. And I appreciate the way he worded it. I do, because it shows consideration. Like I said, it wasn't take it or leave it. It was kind of like, please, just understand where I'm coming from. Let's just let it play out and let's see where it goes. And I mean, to me, that's how you're supposed to approach a relationship anyway. So then Donna says, she likes their connection. And she said Vince has shown her honesty. Sorry about that, y'all. Struggle. She says she says that Vince has shown her honesty, and he's been transparent with her, and he's made her feel safe and physically and emotionally safe. And so she decides that she chooses him too, y'all. Aw, couple alert. I love it. I love it. I love it. I wanted to start singing the theme song. It took me some time to get to the place where you wanted me to be. I like Donna and Vince together. I really do. I always did from the beginning. I ain't gonna front y'all. I like them together. And I really, 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 truly hope that they work out. So we'll see what happens on there. I cannot wait to see this reunion. So anyway, Darius and Ashley meet up. this was let me tell y'all something. This was this first of all, why she always fidget around her? Y'all ever notice she just fidgets around him? She starts playing with her clothes and moving her. She don't know what to do with herself when she gets around Darius. That's not it just doesn't she looks so unsure around him. You know what I'm saying? After he kisses her like in the previous episodes and stuff, he want to stay there, lock eyes, kiss again, shit. But she starts giggling, looks away. She can't even hold the embrace. It's so weird, and I don't know, child. But anyway, so they meet up, and this was the saddest shit I have ever seen. And when I say saddest, I don't mean like, oh, it was pulling at my, tugging at my heartstrings. It was like, it was emotional. No, it was just fucking sad. It was sad because it's like you show up, you know, this is supposed to be the almost like a miniature kind of wedding kind of thing. Like, cause y'all get together. It's almost like y'all walking down the aisle, y'all say y'all things to each other, and then y'all get, so you supposed to be excited. You supposed to show up, not nervous because you think the dude gun hurt you, but nervous just because this is like, oh my God, I'm meeting my man today, that kind of thing. But this ain't what that is. Darius drops his game on her, and says all of this and all of that. And he's like, I choose you. I choose you. And then she starts crying. And she's just like, I'm just not sure if this is right. And she's like, you correct everything that I do. And, that means that you don't like who I am. I'm like, girl, ding, ding, ding. Hello. Like everything that she's saying is fucking valid. And I'm just wondering when this girl is going to listen to the stuff that's coming out her mouth. She's like, I don't want to be made to feel inadequate because of my age. That's what he's doing to you. And that's why you feel like this. That's why you couldn't show up with a smile. You had to show up like this. Look at her face. She's fucking distraught, bruh. She is distraught. And that's crazy to me. She's like, I don't want to feel like I'm not enough. I'm like, duh, you're not for him. Cause he got a million chicks and like, child. She's like, I did a lot of work and I just don't want to undo that and fall back into where I was before. And I'm like, girl, well, you need more work if you think this is a good match for you, girl. Period. Like, no shade. And she's doing all this crying and all these damn theatrics and just to turn around and choose him. Ugh. Ugh, ugh. I was rolling my eyes at this girl the whole damn time. She said something like, well, all marriages have problems, and first of all, I'm like, y'all, y'all ain't married. Y'all ain't child. He is not gonna marry you. But she's like, all marriages and stuff have problems, and these are just small things. I'm like, Ashley, these are small things? These are small things? Okay, no. Skibbity pap, skibbity pap, where you at, please? Cause I'm like, girl, 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 girl. Mm, 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 mm. Anyway, I just couldn't. I'm like, these are not small things. Listen to what you were saying. You standing here crying on a day you supposed to be happy. These are not small things, Ashley. Oh my God. You said you've been to therapy, you doing work, but you standing here telling all the reasons why this shit is toxic, and you turn around and says, okay, but I that's my man, and I'm sticking beside him. I can't with this girl. I feel bad for her at this point. I do. I do. I feel bad for her at this point. And so anyway, moving on, child. They gonna be they gonna be a mess at that reunion. I bet. I just can't. I can't stick with this. I'm sorry. And speaking of shit, I can't stick with. Bello meets up with Dominique, and they choose each other. I mean, no surprise there. No surprise there. She found her man. Her man. Her man. Right? Wrong. I beg to differ. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? I beg to damn differ. I beg to differ. And this ain't it's just ain't it's not gonna go well. Like y'all, they are not equally yoked on the inside. I'm telling you, on the outside, they match each other's fly. I get it. But on the inside, they are not equally yoked inside. And it's just not gonna fly with Bello, especially after the thrill of this physical connection fades away. And it's going to fade away because to me, all he's been showing, and both of them, all they both been showing. Well, she's been showing more. She seemed like what's that movie back in the day? What's that movie with the crazy lady that was like stalking the man? I don't know. She give me them stalker crazy girl vibes. But I'm just like, that's all y'all had, Bello, was just this outside, external, superficial ass connection. For real, where's my skibbity paps, child? I can't with these people. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Damn it. You made a big mistake, Bello. You made a huge fucking mistake. And I'm going to tell you all the damn reasons why you made a huge mistake. Because she's mean spirited. You ain't see that these past few weeks. You ain't had your damn. You ain't been seeing this shit. I done said it in my last review. I'm not gonna say it again. The last couple of weeks she been showing her ass. Her what do you call that? Her representative had completely left the building, and she was showing you exactly who she is and who she will be when she's unhappy with you. And I bet she's controlling us. Just right? Can't y'all see that? Don't y'all think that she's the way she was acting with Lauren? You know what I'm saying? Elaborate, bitch. You elaborate. Like get the. I would have child away. I would have get. Oh my god. I was so. Lauren handled that good though, and that's the way Lauren handled it. The way it was supposed to be handled. But I know on the inside, and I would have handled it the way Lauren handled it too. I wouldn't have let her know that she was like, just. Oh my god, just cream in my corn and all of that stuff. I just would have did it just like Lauren did. Elaborate why. I don't need to talk to you, bitch. Get out of my face. Like leave me alone. And I would have just acted like she wasn't even there. But other reasons, she got her eye on your wallet and she thinks she's gonna expect to spoil her in ways that she was being spoiled when she was hanging with them ballers. But that was 20 years ago, back when or 40 or 30 years ago when she was in her 20s, and she ain't getting that again. No, she ain't getting that again. She ain't bagging no ballers no more at this age and this look. It just ain't gonna happen. And that's no shade, because like I said, I'm older than her. I'm just saying, but let's be real. Okay. And it's not fair to you, Bello. It's not fair. The things that she's going to expect from you on that level. She gonna dust your pockets, bruh. And you got plans. We heard you say you building, you a developer. You ain't got time to be spending thousands of the $50,000 on a bag for her and all kind of shit she gonna probably expect from you because she already done clocked that you got your finances together. I could keep going. There's more reasons. You know what I'm saying? She is possessive and crazy as hell. Are you there? Knock, 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 Bello. Are you fucking there? How do you not see that? You see how she was acting with Lauren. Your brother saw it. Your brother tried to tell you. We've been trying to tell you for weeks and weeks and weeks. We all see the shit. So if we seeing it, why can't you see this? Child, I'm like, what is okay? There's more. She will definitely be arguing with your new baby mama about your time and how much you see him or when you go. She gonna be tagging right along, giving you no space, no privacy, because she gonna be jealous of the whole situation and gonna try to control it. Bello. And people, y'all think, I know Dominique is beautiful. I know she got the feminine wiles, but let's be real. Dominique can't find nobody out here to put up with that with her. Like her nastiness. Like, and that's why she's clinging on to Bella like that. And that's why, she's on this show. Cause I mean, despite her being beautiful, people like the dudes that she want, they want more. Like they want more. They want a lot more than she can give. Not that she is willing to give, but that she can actually offer. If y'all pick up what I'm putting down. I don't think she has a lot of options out here, or at least not the ones that she wants to have. Let's just keep it 1,000. So, and Bello, she's older than you, and that there's no shade there. I'm not trying to age shame the girl, but she's old. And by the way, have you checked that driver's license? Have you seen her driver's license or her birth certificate? You better ask her to put that thing on the table for a second, because I think she older than what she says she is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, child. And she can't give you the son that you want. Let's just go there. That's gonna be an issue. Y'all, you could dance around that shit all you want. But when it's time for you to have that son and y'all get to talking about that, it's gonna be issues, it's gonna be problems, it's gonna be a wedge because you're gonna want what you want, but just gonna be a lot of rigmarole behind it because that girl don't want to have no more kids. And I don't, and she said that she can't. So that's going to be an issue. So how could you try to build a future with somebody who can't give you the things that that you want? Like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with him? Have you even seen her without her wig and her makeup? Like, I'm just asking because you on the superficial shit. Like, you got to get to see these things, bruh. You got to see these things. It's going to be, I could keep going. There's going to be a big wedge between you and the dad because of the religious situation. And I'm not even going to go there because you could talk about that all day. That religious difference, but, again, her dad is her dad. She ain't, her dad ain't got to be with Bello. Dominique does. So, whatever. And Bello, I know you know all of this stuff. You are a smart guy. You're a smart guy. And I've seen it in your eyes. It looks like, I know you know this. I'm like, why do we have to tell you this? Why did your brother have to tell you this? You present as, this confident dude that's high value and an alpha male and that's really smart, and that could choose a good woman. But on the real, you acting like Devin in a good suit. You acting like Devon in better clothes. For real. Like, what is wrong with you, bruh? What is wrong with you, cousin? What's wrong with you? My last skibbity paps to you because I'm so disappointed. So disappointed in you and the choices you made. I am. You're going to regret this shit. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it. He's going to regret this. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. So that's the episode, y'all. Lord Jesus, drop down in the comments and I'm sorry, I'm just staring at this picture. I just you know how when somebody you just you know somebody is making the wrong choice, but they got to learn for themselves, right? That's I just hate that. I hate that. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. Jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. Okay. Did these singles did they choose wisely? Did any of them choose wisely? Is this how you wanted any of this to end? Were these the predictions that you had in your head? Like, did this end the way you saw it ending? Anyway, again, cousins, this is sad. Anyway, it's your cousin Reebell, aka The Voice. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share the video. If this stuff resonates with you and whoever you discuss the show with, go ahead and share it because that helps my page. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and share it. But let's do this again. Come back because we got the finale next week. I cannot, not the finale. We got the reunion next week and I cannot wait. So y'all, let's come back. Come on back. Grab y'all snacks. We're gonna do this reunion review together. But thank y'all for coming to my page tonight. Thank y'all for joining y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day or night.